The scary truth about Bayern Munich. Munich have had a shocker. They've lost the league for the first time in 11 years, and not only that, but they've crashed out of the Champions League, despite being a goal up on aggregate until the 88th minute of the second leg, where they conceded 2 goals in 3 minutes to the inevitable Real Madrid. This will be their first trophyless season since 2011-12. Worst of all, this has all happened after signing arguably the best striker in the world in Harry Kane. However, there is a scary truth about Bayern Munich that nobody is noticing. So let's get into it. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. Bayern Munich are the most decorated team in the Bundesliga. The team has won a record 33 titles, 20 DFB German Cups, 11 DFB Super Cups, 6 Champions Leagues, 2 FIFA Club World Cups, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 2 Intercontinental Cups, and many more cups. Bayern Munich was founded in 1900 by 11 players led by Franz John. Strangely enough, for such a successful club, Bayern did not set the world alight right away. After being founded in 1900, the club actually had to wait until 1932 for its first national championship. The beautiful Allianz Arena is the home of Bayern Munich, and it has been in use since the beginning of the 2005-2006 season. In 1965, the club played its first season in the German Bundesliga, and the rest is history. Bayern Munich have earned the Bundesliga the title of the Farmers' League, owing to their dominance in the Bundesliga for years. 60 seasons in the Bundesliga has given fans at home and abroad some of the best football they've seen and some incredible teams over the years. During this period, Bayern have won 32 Bundesliga titles, which means the Munich side has won more than half of the 60 trophies available and presented to date. So it's not surprising that Thomas Müller, a Bayern Munich legend, has actually won more Bundesliga titles than any other club in the league. Bayern went on an 11 consecutive winning streak between 2012-13 and 2022-23. No other team in Europe's top 5 leagues has ever won as many straight domestic championships as the men from Munich. Juventus follows in second place, having won Serie A 9 times in a row between 2011-12 and 2019-20. In achieving this, Bayern became the first team in Europe to win 10 and then 11 consecutive league titles, which is no easy feat. The fact that no other Bundesliga team has ever won a double-digit number of league titles makes this even more impressive. Bayern won their 11th consecutive title in the 2022-23 season and entered the 23-24 season hoping to extend the run. After an outstanding performance in the 23-24 season, Bayer Leverkusen interrupted the league-winning streak that had appeared to last forever. Many people attribute the interruption to Xabi Alonso's team's outstanding play, but some are of the view that Bayern Munich lost the title because they got complacent and didn't put in enough effort. After winning the trophy for 11 consecutive seasons, do you think complacency was inevitable? Regardless, Bayern obviously regretted it, and Bayer Leverkusen orchestrated this regret. However, Bayern's struggles didn't start in the 23-24 season. During the 22-23 season, Bayern actually had a disappointing run. As of March 23, Bayern had 7 draws and 3 defeats in the domestic league that they had grown accustomed to dominating. In addition to this, Dortmund were threatening to run away with the league. This led to Bayern sacking their manager, Julian Nagelsmann, to replace him with Thomas Tuchel, who'd won the Champions League with Chelsea in the previous season. Now, Nagelsmann and Tuchel are different coaches with different ideologies, so this created doubts about a swift transmission in the minds of football lovers. Tuchel, however, proved he was up to the task, as he ended the season with the Bundesliga title and extended the league's consecutive wins to 11 titles. However, his title win was more of a Dortmund undoing, as they lost the title on the final match day of the season. The Bavarian team, seeing how the 2022-23 season ended, decided to invest in their team for the upcoming 23-24 season. This led Bayern to break the bank and make the most expensive signing in the history of the club by signing Harry Kane, arguably the best striker in the world, for €100 million. Bayern spent close to €200 million in total during the summer transfer window to build their team for the 23-24 season. but for what? A lot was expected from Bayern in the 23-24 season. It was the first full season for the manager Thomas Tuchel. Every football fan expected Bayern to win their 12th consecutive title and dominate the Bundesliga yet again. But surprisingly, Xabi Alonso's side Bayer Leverkusen ended up winning and dominating the league. Bayern's 23-24 season was a nightmare. Throughout the season, Munich were right behind Leverkusen, but they were never really a threat, as Leverkusen ended up winning the league with 5 games to spare. In describing the season, we can use Tuchel's words: everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Kane's brilliance and Musiala's Messi-like performances just couldn't stop this. Harry Kane is actually having a beautiful season, has had his best season in more than 10 years. He scored 33 goals in 30 league games, which is very impressive, but without the help of his teammates, because Munich kept conceding loads of goals and losing games. Statistically, the season is not that much different from their previous seasons. The numbers suggest it's not exactly a dip. Bayern have recorded 87 goals, conceded 37, and kept 10 clean sheets this season. But there are also some notable shockers. Bayern losing the league with 5 games to spare and a 14-point margin is unacceptable. For a team of Bayern's calibre, this season has been poor. Tuchel, who helped struggling Bayern win their 11th consecutive league title last season, has struggled to find a proper balance in the squad, and results have taken a turn for the worse. Bayern have lost the league, surprisingly also exited the DFB Pokal Cup at the second round stage, and to top this off, they have now exited the Champions League, their last hope of silverware, agonisingly removed after 2 late goals from Joselu from Real Madrid stopped them from reaching the final. Bayern's CEO Jan Christian Driesen confirmed in February 2024 that Tuchel will be stepping down after the end of the season, with the goal of carrying out a sporting realignment with a new coach for the 24-25 season. But was Tuchel the problem? Well, maybe he was a part of it. In Germany, the 23-24 season will mostly be remembered not as a Bayern choke, but as a Leverkusen masterclass. Bayern fumbled in a rare season where a team actually wanted to fight and decided to challenge them for the Bundesliga title. So this season is gone. But what does the future hold? As stated by Jan Christian Driesen, a sporting realignment for the 24-25 season has already started at Bayern Munich. But do you think that Bayern will be back to dominating next season, or is it all too early? Bayern currently has a strong young squad. If you can remember, Bayern's problems started when their top players like Lewandowski, Müller, Arjen Robben, Frank Ribery, etc., started aging. Now, even Manuel Neuer may be on his last legs after gifting the first goal in the semi-final of the Champions League. Now, Bayern have left this stage and currently have a squad full of young talents who are ready to conquer the world. Jamal Musiala tops the list of these youngsters, but others include Alexander Pavlovic, Mathis Tel, Alphonso Davies, Luka Denk, Daniel Peretz, etc. Musiala is one of the best young talents in the world. He's Bayern's youngest ever player to play in the Bundesliga, having debuted at just 17 years and 115 days old, and also is the Bavarian club's all-time youngest goalscorer, scoring at 17 years and 205 days old. As stated by Lothar Matthäus, he is the Messi of the future. With the excellence of Musiala, coupled with the brilliance of other youngsters and the experience of world-class players like Sane and Gnabry and Kimmich, and then of course De Ligt and Goretzka are now more experienced. So for sure, Bayern Munich will come back stronger. Not to mention, of course, Harry Kane, who despite a poor season for his club, has been in fine personal goal-scoring form and will be picking up the European Golden Boot for this season. With a man like this leading the line, Bayern will be back for vengeance next season, that's for sure. So surely nothing will stop Bayern Munich from returning to their glory days next season, as they have surmounted their major obstacles. They have moved from an aging squad to a young squad. And also, they're in search of a manager to solve their issues. The problem of complacency will hopefully be a thing of the past now, having witnessed how this season went with Bayer Leverkusen making history. Bayern are going into the next season with a lot to prove and a lot to lose. We think with the right purchases when the transfer window opens to add to the vibrant young squad, Bayern will have a beautiful 24-25 season. But let us know what you think in the comments section below, and we'll see you in the next video.